highlight tab where, I can actually go into Google and alter the search result. So when you type in non-sec show music, I can decide which songs come up, which, like, if it's Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. It's a really cool thing. But there's a very detailed process that you have to go to get verified. Now, before that happened, the non-sec show word was taken on I think it was BitChute. It was taken on Instagram. It was taken on Facebook. Somebody had I had just done Twitter at that time and the non-sec show website, and somebody and you know who you are, Chris, had went and reserved. He's a piece of shit. Reserved all of the non-sec show names. So what I did was I didn't know if he was going to try to like extort me or what he was going to do. So I sent a message to every single social media account, like every single social media. I went directly to their operations people, and this is how YouTube should operate. To every single one of those 7 places that I went to and said, look, here's what's happening. Here's the YouTube page. Here's the website. This is the name. It's a unique name. This person is squatting on it, I guess, so they can try to get money. Within 2 days, all 7 of those things were taken from him, put in non sequitur's name, and he was fucked. Like, there was no chance in hell I was going to capitulate to that piece of shit. But YouTube, for whatever reason, all these other social media sites can handle that. They have a department that you can go to that impersonations and fraud. YouTube should have that same thing. If this thing is happening where these people are filing things on a false basis, you should be able to contact them, show them why you're the copyright owner, you filmed it, and then go, hey, you're right, this other guy's a douchebag. Fuck him. Your channel's back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was pretty amazing because this was at the very beginning when we started with our podcast that somebody had, I guess they saw potential. And so they literally took out cyber squatting on domains and various platforms. And we were like, whoa, what's going on here? And then, Kyle literally did write all of them, and that's considered fraud. I mean, you cannot legally do that. And the other companies recognized this, and they turned them all over to us. This guy was just done. And matter of fact, if I can even, hopefully it's not divulging too much amount of the information. This guy thought he was going to get away with it and basically told Kyle to fuck off, and Kyle told him to fuck off back, and he won. And I know this person. I'm not friends with him, by the way, but I know who he is. And I basically told him, hey, fuck you, dude. You lost. Get the fuck out.
Well,
he rubbed it in a little bit.
So Astronomy Live, let me ask you a few questions. How many hours did we spend, in total filming Demo 1?
Well, Demo 1. Well, I tell you what, those last few hours were the most intense.
Exactly. How bad was your back hurting after that day?
Oh, I didn't recover for several days. I was in a lot of pain.
Now, how many hours were we out there before the launch of Falcon Heavy, before Falcon Heavy actually did its amazing shit and stuff like that?
It was 2 full days. 2 full days of being in the sun.
2 full days. So basically now take, these hours and hours and hours we spend for filming of a rocket launch, multiply it by however many launches we have. I have over 30 on my channel, so, do the math there. And this is what is at stake when it comes to this douchebag throwing DMCA bombs at Astronomy Live. This is hours and hours and hours, days and days and days, years worth of work. Just, it's going to be fucked over just like that. Years worth of work about to be fucked over just like that. So, guys, I've been saying it in the live chat right now, and I hope that, it can kind of go semi-viral here. I made a tweet out to at YouTube, and I asked other people to please retweet it to at YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and post that link in the live chat again. Do me a favor. I don't care if it's over Facebook, share it on, Twitter, fucking tell it to your Tinder date. I don't give a shit. Just get it out there to as many people as possible. Yeah. Get it out to as many people as possible that Astronomy Live here is kind of getting fucked over, and that is completely not fucking cool. So, and also, if you really want to make YouTube shit their pants, tell them that Red's rhetoric demands it.
I want to point out a comment here in the chat that I think is on point from Peter G. A difference between DMCA and creating accounts with the names that YouTube is that YouTube need to follow some of the English is broken here. To keep the legal protection they have. Follow the law, I think, to keep the legal protection they have. So DMCA rules are by law, not by company policy. That's true, but it's important to point out that how they implement DMCA precisely is company policy. So, for example, my live stream got struck. That was the first video that got struck. It was actually a recording from a live stream. YouTube's policy is that when you have a copyright strike, even one, against a video that was a live stream originally, if it's an archive of a live stream, you immediately lose your ability to live stream, period. End of story. And so that's what happened to me. Was the very first strike took out my ability to live stream. If it had been my understanding is, and this could be mistaken, but my understanding is if it had been a strike against just a normal video upload, it wouldn't have impacted my ability to live stream necessarily. But because it was a recording of a live stream, my ability to live stream was revoked. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that, but that is definitely dictated by company policy. It's not like DMCA said 21 years ago that if thou receiveth a copyright strike, thou shall not have the ability to live stream. This law was passed 21 years ago. None of us had live streaming capability from our PCs 21 years ago. So we're dealing here with a law that's old enough to drink, and it doesn't necessarily apply to some of the latest technology. So the problem is how YouTube is implementing these laws and these rules could afford some updates. Like if it's coming from an anonymous email address, if there's no indication that this claim is actually true, do you really need to go to the extent of taking out the person's ability to live stream unless it's obvious they're ripping off a show or a movie or something and just live streaming it? I mean, there should be more intelligent rules about this.
Well, let me add to that, because there have been a few cases where YouTube has said, we believe that your content is fair use, is your own content, and we are willing to defend it up to $1 million. So obviously they have some system in place for some YouTubers, and I would say that system should be in place in cases where it's completely obvious that this is false. And in Astronomy Live's case, it is obvious. It is false. I was there to see it. YouTube, call me maybe. Okay, I will tell you. Yes, I was there.
That's the thing. They have to be there to see it, though. That's the thing. They don't have enough people to go through all of these things. They need somebody there. It's obvious when somebody sees this, they're going to be like, "Wow, this is a no-brainer," and they're going to remove that. The thing is, and the only the solace in all of this is the fact that this piece of shit will not win. Like, you will come out on top of this, like, no question. It's not even up for a discussion on you being okay. It's the downtime that you're having to suffer. You're missing a rocket launch in between, right. So that's a huge deal. Right. And you know what? You should talk to the guy that drafted your letter for him, and you should sue the fuck out of him for what that video would have cost you for that rocket launch, and nail his ass to the wall for every fucking dime that he cost you. Every dime.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, are they claiming the whole video? Wait, were they claiming the whole video, or there's like segments from the video? The whole video they're saying is they're.
Yes.
YouTube, what the fuck are you doing, YouTube?
Which means they also claimed my static camera footage at the exact same time. But motherfucker, you do not own that, okay? What the fuck is wrong with you? You do
right.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And here's the problem for me is, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a temporary setback, but it also happens that there's a rocket launch coming up this week. I think Wednesday night, Starlink and Red and I were planning to drive down and film that. I was going to drive down right after work all the way down to the Cape and film it and come back. When I come back, what am I supposed to do? I can't upload the footage. My channel is disabled. And the internet has a very short attention span. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but if something happens like a rocket launch, it'll make it, especially YouTube, exactly. So in that day, that 24-hour period or thereabouts after the rocket launch, like everyone's looking for footage because they heard about it on the news. They want to see what other perspectives people got. They're looking for it. And that's when you can go viral. That's when you can do like Reds and get 1 million views on his amazing video, the Falcon Heavy. But if you come with that footage a week later,
I'm sorry.
No, I haven't reached out to Simon Dan yet. No,
I would reach out to Simon Dan and let him know too. like he would, I know for a fact he would be willing to help out in that case. And those channels
Kyle, you're cute. You don't think I'm already on that? You don't think that's already in progress? Oh, you underestimate me.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
those big names will help for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. Because the crazy thing is, like, right now there is no way I'm going to be able to upload that footage, even if I get the most spectacular footage that's ever been caught of a rocket launch, which I'm probably not. But I mean, it should be good footage, and I'm not going to be able to upload it on my channel. So, if I come with it a week later, nobody's looking for it at that point. It's dead. It might as well not exist. So I'm probably going to be uploading it on Red's channel instead. So thankfully, Red is kind enough to host that kind of thing for me when these problems happen. But that's the problem: is YouTube needs a system for dealing with fraudulent claims, because, as you said, Red, they're willing to stick their neck out for you. You've had an issue before where they said, "Yeah, we obviously see this as fraudulent, and we're going to defend it up to $1 million." So that kind of thing. They're not necessarily going to do that for smaller channels. There's like a threshold. I don't know where it is, but there's a threshold of size that they're going to say, sorry, you're not important enough for us to actually go to bat for you. So that ought to be in place for everybody. Why is that? Why is this, why is there second-class citizenship, third-class citizenship on YouTube? And honestly, you can see this across the platform with multiple features. Like, they'll roll out features for some creators, but not others. And you have to reach a certain subscriber level, and it just, oh man, that's a whole nother soapbox I could easily get onto. But it in my opinion,
where's our merch shelf? YouTube. Now you've got me pissed off again. Astronomy Live. There are channels with less than 1,000 subscribers that have a merch shelf below their videos, and we can't get the fucking merch shelf because it appears you weren't in the this wave of the rollout.
The beta, then the rollout, and we're supposed to get a join button too. There's a new button now.
Right, that's at 30,000. That's at 30,000, Steve.
Well,
that's coming.
Well, you're just about to hit 30,000.
We're just about to hit 30,000. Yeah, we're supposed to get that.
I want a merch shelf.
And the
fucking YouTube.
The community tab, the community tab where you can actually send pictures and updates and stuff, like almost like Twitter to your subscribers. I got that, but I was supposed to get that at, I think, 10,000. I ended up hitting close to 15,000, and I'm now at 15,000 before I actually got the community tab. So what's up with that? What's up with these tiered features that some channels get and others don't? And in my opinion, it feeds into the notion of, it just feeds into the culture of narcissism, where everyone wants as much attention as possible, and they're willing to do anything to get it, because you got to drive up your subscriber numbers if you're going to get all the features. So I got to do whatever it takes to get famous. That's the wrong mentality, in my opinion. But that's a whole other discussion for another day.
YouTube privilege.
Also, just want to point out that my notification bell on Twitter is being kind of manhandled at this point by all the retweets at YouTube. Thank you so much, guys. YouTube is going to wake up the next morning and go, wow, we fucked up.
Yes. Yes.
And by the way, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I never do this, but I'm going to do this because we're in the final push for 30,000. Subscribe. I always say don't subscribe, but this time I'm going to, for the first time ever, I'm going to ask that you do subscribe, and subscribe to Astronomy Live and Reds as well. And Steve, and Dave too. Dave put up a music video the other day, so you can go check that out. But help us push to that 30K so that we can get that fucking merch shelf. Anyway,
look, if everybody just invited one friend over that they know that, by the way, I don't like dead subs. And what I mean by dead subs is people that just subscribe, they'll never watch the product. I don't care about having a large number as much as people actually watching. Because why are we doing this if we don't want people to actually listen and take on board and have conversations, right? It is about the dialogue. So if you have at least one friend that you know of that might be interested